Next week, I want all of you provide 4 abstracts, right? And 2 from journal and 2 from conference. So after that, you finish the table. You finish the table, then I put a table together, and we can see. You can see the result you want to see for those objects. So this is a table for journal, and this is the name who provide this data. So let's look at the sentence for your answer, for your data. So the average sentence is 6 for journal. So there are about 6 sentences for each abstract, journal abstract. And about the conference paper, the average is 5 sentences. So if you want to finish an abstract for either conference or journal paper, you need to prepare at least 5 to 6. I think the average is 5 to 6 sentences, but it depends on the limitation of the words, how many words you need. And there are always a rule from each journal or conference. There are rules like 200 words, no more than 200 words, or no more than 500 words, or no more than maybe 100 words, or I don't know if there is any journal no limitation. But you can see the average words is 134 words for journal and 119 words for conference. So after we got this data, we know at least you need about 22 words for each sentence. Don't make it too short. Maybe don't make it too short. But this is the average data. It depends on different kinds of journal. It depends on maybe different field, different research field. But you can look at this data, and you have you will know how many words you need to provide. Okay, and for this column, you will see what are the structures for this abstract. Can look at. Can you read this? Okay. Can read this clearly? Okay, you can read. Okay. So there are 5 moves, right? By our definition, there are 5 moves. So you can look at like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and sometimes they don't have 1, or in some cases they have 2 or 2 first and 1. Sometimes, but maybe you made a mistake. Maybe it depends. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is the most common order to make an abstract, and those are examples that you gave me. Okay, so no problem. So sentences, the number of sentences, the order of moves, and the number of words. And look at the tense. You can see that most of that, I think more than 90% of them, they use the present tense. Okay, so you can consider about that. If you want right now, try to write down your abstract, maybe you can choose the present tense for all of them. So about next one, what's the next one? I think it's E, right? Citation or reference. Does this object use a citation? The previous research result, no, there's no citation in your object. Or maybe there's only one from Haoqun. Okay, only one. They use a citation. It depends, but most of your object, they don't have citation. Maybe they put a citation in the paragraph of introduction, not in the object. Okay, so you can think about that. And so if they use, does the object author use I or we? Okay, you can see that. Is there any I? No. Most of them use we, or actually they don't use I or we. Especially in journal, they use we do something, we did something, we do something. Okay, because maybe this work is not done by only one people. Many of them did. Okay, so they use we. Sometimes they use we. Okay, what is the next? So did they use abbreviation like 5G, MIMO, MI, MO, those abbreviation? You can see that many of them use abbreviation in the objects. So maybe it's okay. So, or maybe because of in this field, in your field, it's allowable to use abbreviation. Okay. All right. So if you try to write down object, you need to prepare at least. You need to prepare 5 to 6 sentences. For each sentence, we need at least the average is 22 words. Okay. So if there are, I think it's about 120 words for a very simple object. Okay, and I will let you write down an object for me as the most important part of this class, and I will give you a grade as your grade of this semester. Okay? Okay. I will give you more direction. You will see. Okay. So this is a summary of our homework last week. For this work, last week we talked about 5 moves, right? You remember 5 moves. So, okay. So this week we will talk more about those moves, what we can do for those moves. Those are the definition of these 5 moves, right? Then you have a basic understanding of these 5 moves next week. Okay, so how do we get started from move 1 and then move 2? Move 1 and then move 2, we can call them opening. Okay, it's a starting move. You can see that most of you start from 1 or 2. See? 1 or 2. There's no exception, right? All of your data come from 1 or 2. So 1 or 2 moves. The move number 1 and move number 2, they are opening. Okay. So how can we get started? How can we start? So for the move 1, it's about the background, the introduction, and the situation. For the move 2 is to present our research, our purpose of this paper, of this journal, the purpose, what we are doing here, what we try to do, what we are trying to do. Okay, so for move 1 and move 2. So there are 4 types of opening. Okay, 4 types. How to start? There are 4 types. For number 1, starting with a real-world phenomenon or with stand-up practice. What happened in our real world? Something like, okay, those are 3 examples. You can look at this example to see which is the type 1. To look at the type 1. Corporate taxation rate vary around the world. See? The keyword is something around the world. It means the real world phenomena. Okay. Something happened in the world. Vary, changing. The rate changing around the world. Okay. And economists have long been interested. Someone interested in something for a long time have long been interested in. So this is something interesting in the world for a long time. So also this is a real world phenomena. This is type A. Okay. So for type B, starting with a purpose or objective. This is like you start from move to, very similar to you start from move to. You have a purpose, what you are trying to do. The end of this study is to, what we are doing here is to examine something. What we are going to do is to solve some problem. What we are doing here is to correct some data and analysis something. The purpose, what you are trying to do here, why you are writing this paper, is to solve what problem or problems. Okay, so this is type B. Type A, type B. And type C, starting with present researcher action. We analyze corporate taxation return before and after the introduction of the new tax rule. Okay, so it means they already did some research. So this is very similar to, I think, close to move 3. It's the sense of move 3. They did some researcher action. They did some research. They analyze these things. Okay, so it's very close to you start with the move C, the move 3. Okay, so type C. What the action you did. Okay, for type D, starting with the problem or uncertainty. So we are talking about a problem, the relationship between corporate taxes and the corporate strategy remain unclear. Something, uncertainty, unclear. So I think for type C, I seldom see this type C in our field. They usually start with type B. I think type B is the most popular in our field. Do you agree with that? Yeah, type B is more popular, but because this is for the overall research abstract, so maybe in some other research field they have the type A or D, A, C, D. Okay, so for us, I think B is the most popular. Okay, so actually, here I want you to make some sentence for each type, but according to our time limitation, maybe we will pass this action. So actually, in this part, we should make one sentence to talk about as an example of type and the B and the C and the D. But today we don't do this. Okay. Okay. So Okay, and maybe you can give me an example about. Just look at your. Do you still have your file? Do you have your file? Okay. So for each group, please give me one example, or maybe you don't have any of them about the type ABCD. Okay. Try to give me some example and pass that in the Zuvio. Okay. Look at your file. Do you have your file? No. You do. Okay. For type A, starting with real world phenomena, and look at your move 1 or move 2. You have a collection of move 1 and move number 2, right? Do you? Yes. And find out type A. Look at your own and make a correction with your teammates and pass this sentence in by using Zuvio. Okay. A, B, C, D. Just give me one example for each type, okay? One example, each group for each type. But if there is no answer, you cannot find it, just write down NA not available, be fine. Okay. Internet is not and shouldn't not today. One sentence for each example. that doesn't work. So because of internet, I will pick you up for each group. Okay, I'm seeing it's okay. Okay. And the number you provide examples for each of the four open stack types. Yes. For you can look at this type A with a real world phenomena or standard practice. Type B is starting with a purpose or objective. For each group, you only thing you need to do is to write one sentence for each type. Type C, present action, researcher action. Type B with a problem. How to open, how to start your opening. You have the article, right? Just copy the sentence and talk with your teammate. Talk with your teammate and find out for each type. Find out 4 examples. So you can provide type B answer, yes, copy and paste. And one of you need to organize, yeah, then you can provide to you. And the problem is how to pass the information, right? You can use there is a discussion room in Ruvio. Open Ruvio, use the discussion room, paste your sentence in a discussion room, and the other people can copy the sentence from discussion room. You can open a discussion room. Do you know that? Yeah. In Rubio, there is a here, right? Discussion area. You can add the discussion and put your sentence here, and your teammate can copy this sentence. So you don't need to type everything. What you need is a file, copy, and paste. So it should be very fast. But our network is a little bit delayed today. You have all of these types for you. Actually, all of you have the file of your from all of your teammates, so actually you don't need. Just tell your leader which sentence is type A, example type A, and which sentence is an example type B, C, D. Tell them, and then they will copy and paste. No type A? Okay. The purpose, right? I think Type C is what they are doing here. This is a research action. The keywords for Type C is starting with a present research action. We analyze something. What we are doing here is not the previous work. This is, we are doing something. I think it's Type C close to methodology. The action, the method. Do you have the file of all of you? Done? Just one sentence for each, as an example for each type. We find. Okay. So the keyword for this sentence, the recent success of commercial, cognitive, and AI application test knowledge. Okay, I think the keyword is the recent success of something. Okay, and for this one, what is using? Several are constructed. I don't think this is type A. For this one, is that your answer? I don't think this is type A. Using tunable lump element. This is but it's close to type A. Okay. Okay. Okay, this is a phenomena. Several. Okay. Type A. Okay. Fine. So for type B, the purpose we present something. Okay. This paper proposed. This is easy. And the type C starting with the action. Type C. This new resume. Let me look at this. New research direction will need to change. New research direction will lead to fundamental changes in design the future. It seems like if this is not B, C, D, you will choose A, right? Like something is a phenomenon, right? But when I first look at this sentence, I don't think this is type A. But after all, I think the only place to put this sentence is type A. Okay. So this is very similar to this one. New research direction. Okay. So purpose. This work presents something based on. Okay, it's a purpose. Okay, for the type C means the action. This new reasoning developer combine. Okay. This paper present. For second sentence, it looks like type B, right? This is a purpose. I think this is more like a purpose. Yeah, this looks more like purpose. I think more type B than more type C, right? Okay. Using a method. For this one, I think it's not clear. Not clear type C. For type D, the problem of this one, this is very clear. This is a problem. And how many studies are attempted to classify? There have been many studies in which researchers have attempted to classify student objectives. Is that a problem? Uncertain. For this sentence, is more easy to classify like type D because they have a keyword, like the problem of something. But in here, I don't feel like type D. Is that any explanation? Why you think this is type D? Uncertainty. Is that uncertainty or problem need to be solved? This is, there are many studies doing this. But, so you feel like this is uncertainty and this is a problem? For my opinion, I feel like a little bit different to classify this as a problem. This is a situation. There are many people doing this research, but maybe you are right because there is a problem. So I think one sentence more like type D will be close to this sentence, but I don't feel like this sentence is a problem or uncertainty. This is a consequence after they have a problem. Okay. All right. Let's discuss. So we finish activity number 4, and actually this is activity number 5. So. Okay. So there are some links between sentence 1 and 2. There are here are 3 types, another 3 types. The link between sentence 1 and sentence 2. So the first one, they use the continuous subject. To keep roughly the same subject, you can see, right? Okay. The purpose of this study was to do this one, analyze the influence of something on mortality of something. Okay, so for sentence 1, talking about the purpose. For sentence 2, this was a multi-center and prospective observed study. So means still talking about a study. Okay, study. And the study is doing the way of study. Okay, this is a study. Okay. For sentence 1 and sentence 2, both of them are talking about the study. So this is called continuous subject. Okay? So this is how to link sentence 1 and sentence 2. Sentence number 1, sentence 2, continuous. Another type, capturing subject. Put the information from the second half of the first sentence in the subject position at the beginning of the sentence. So if there are 2 sentences, for the first sentence, you are talking about like, okay, for this example, the purpose of this study was identify risk factor and to characterize infant with respiratory distress syndrome, RDS. Infant with RDS something. Okay. For this second sentence, the total 66 newborn with RDS born at this one were studied. Okay. So this is capturing subject. You have something in the position of half part of the first sentence, and for the second sentence, this is the subject of the second sentence. So this is a capturing subject. Okay? So the main object is different. The main subject, the main subject is different. Study for this example, for this type, study and the study, both of these two sentences are talking about studies. But for this capturing subject type, this is study, talking about a study, but it mentions something, RDS. So for the second sentence, the main subject is the RDS. Okay. So the third type is new subject. If both of these sentences, they are talking about different subject, those are the new subject type. Okay? Any question? So there are three kinds of links between sentence 1 and the sentence 2, three kinds. So, okay, so there are three examples. If the first sentence here, the objective of this paper is to examine the fleeting characteristic of insect wings. And the second sentence is A. What is this? Is that continuous or capture or different type? One or new subject, one or two or three. For this one, if this is the first sentence, this okay. Let's pick up people. Okay, group. Do you understand my question? Do you? Number 3. Which one is number 3? Don't know? Okay, again. Okay. Number 1, Hao Qun. Number 2, Qi Kai. Number 3, Jian Yu. Okay, I will pick again. Okay. Discuss with your teammate and I will pick up each of you to answer, okay? So, if this is the first sentence, this is the first sentence and this is the second sentence. Is this a continuous or capturing or different type or new subject? Subject means 主词. Okay, subject. Continuous subject. Capturing subject and the new subject. Okay, continuing, capturing, and new subject. So if this is first sentence, this is the second sentence. Okay, pick up. Let's finish this one before we take a break. Number 2. Where is number 2? So this one, 1 and 2 is what kind of subject? Continuous or capturing or a new subject? What kind of a link between sentence 1 and sentence 2? The objective of this paper is to examine the flipping character of insect wing. And this objective was realized through something. We should discuss. Continuous, capturing, or new subject. Do Do you know the difference between subject and object? Subject means 主词, object means 目标, the purpose, what you are trying to do, the object, the purpose. Yes, okay, it's a continuous. Because both of the subject is the objective, right? Oh, number 3. So, if this is second sentence, for B, if B is the second sentence, what do you think? Oh, subject. What is it? Oh, number 2, is you? Huh? So you think it's a new subject? New? Or capturing or continuous? What is the subject for B? What is the subject for this one? 主词是谁? What is the subject for sentence B? The characteristics, right? So this is different from this sentence, right? Did I mention characteristic in the first sentence? Is there any characteristic in the first sentence? Is there any? Yes. So they mentioned this in the put the information from the second half of the first sentence in the subject position at the beginning of the second. So this is the capturing, right? Your characteristics and the characteristics were studied something. Okay. So okay, you. So it's new, yeah. There's only the last answer, right? The subject for sentence C, we utilize 2 high-speed video camera. Those are different subjects. Okay. Okay, take a break.